Hello and good morning. My name is Justin. If this is your first time here on the channel, so I have an intuitive message for the collective today. It is very pressing since I woke up. I had very intense dreams last night, and there were specific messages within those dreams. A lot of times my guides and things show up within my dreams. A lot of my intuitive and psychic intuition, which I really have only started tapping into in this last few years, a lot of it is about the collective. For whatever reason, that is my path for this character, my soul's path through this character. And so I have been hearing since July of 2024, I got a message. It's the first time actually that I've ever had my guides approach me in a dream, and still actually the only time that I know that was them specifically bringing me a very specific message. And there was a very specific message back in July of 2024 about February of 2025. So here we are. It is February 21st. I don't know where the number 21 came from. February 21st. Oh, wow. I don't know. Maybe something's going to happen on February 21st because that just flowed through me. I'm not sure where that came from. Sometimes spirit speaks through us in really weird ways like that. So anyways, I know I'm supposed to deliver this message. And so I felt called to... I did a little tarot reading as well this morning. I just got this tarot deck, Akashic Records tarot deck that I've been loving and playing with. And here's the thing. I've been feeling and knowing, so the imagery that I was shown back in when my guides came to me in my dream in July of 2024 was, first of all, that there was some sort of collective and individual shift in December, which I believe was when we moved into the age of Aquarius. So that makes sense. And for me, I did have a very, on a personal level, I felt a shift. But the imagery was similar at that time, and it was that I was in jail and that there was a release. Then it was like prison in February. The imagery was prison. But the prison was painted real nice, it was very pretty in there. It was you would think that it was good and whatever, but I was in prison. And so the way I interpreted that message is collectively, that's what's been happening for a long time for all of us. We have been imprisoned in our minds in the way that we've been conditioned to believe things, in operating in this way that disconnects us from the truth of our existence, which is so much more than what's happening in the 3D. And but we've been kind of reaching for things in the 3D constantly, which just kind of keeps us shut off from that. So, and there's been many signs that have shown me, because I was feeling okay, February is the month that a lot is going to happen. And there's been so many signs that are confirming what I've been feeling. This is the fall. This is the fall of our current system that has had the agenda of keeping the people in fear, keeping the people divided, and forgetting their own personal power, producing for the top people. And so the more that we can, it's okay to be angry. We are emotional beings. Please, as things come out, digest as much as you can. Let anger flow through. Let sadness flow through. I feel that a lot more is going to come out in this next month. And this thing with the plane crashes and things, this is what I'm talking about. There's been a couple plane crashes. and then what I was shown in my dream last night was, and I'm not religious. I see where religion, and I have nothing against religion. I have nothing against religious people. If it's working for you at this stage, then that's great. What I am saying is that I do believe that, the Vatican and all there is a darker level. The whole thing was set up from my perspective, to keep people stuck. So I'm definitely not religious. What opened me up to, especially to what Jesus taught, was that there was a lot of biblical themes on my awakening in 2023. So, and then I became curious about Jesus and realized that Jesus was really cool. And I feel like just an enlightened being, and like whatever, all this other stuff that's been added and all these rules and all these things to keep people in fear and separated. And let me just say too, because going back into society, like there's so many people struggling with mental health so many people on the streets in Austin. I'm working in downtown Austin, and it's like, I just cry, because when we awaken to this truth within and we see what's really been going on that we've been so desensitized to, these are human beings. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they did. And the fact that our religions have us so conditioned to somehow go, well, they screwed up. They're not whatever, and while hiding behind religious beliefs, and I am not judging those people, I'm also saying this is the way we've been conditioned to operate, because it's like, we got to keep giving the government money. We got to keep giving them money. We got to keep, we got to be good. We got to be good citizens, and we got to do whatever. And they're not paying taxes. So, okay. Please know that God does not want people dying and suffering on the streets, freezing to death on the streets. Like dying, there's a guy like half dead under a tarp the other day, and everybody's just stepping over him. Believe me when I say that God is pure unconditional love and does not want people suffering in this way. So, and I'm not blaming the collective, because we have been conditioned to operate in this way. None of us are bad. This is the way we've been conditioned, and we have been operating like robots and producing. I mean, it's like slavery. And then, there's just little things that keep us feeling like we're just important enough. We're just this enough. We're just worthy enough. No, we are all worthy because we exist, and things are shifting. And I do feel that, so then the cards that I lay, so in my dream, what it was basically, it was like all this information that was in the Bible. And basically the message that I got from it was, this is that time. Like, this is the end times. But it's not the end of the world. It's not end times. It is end of the ego-driven era, end of the era that shuts people out, and so many people are suffering, end of the era of me, build for me, and into the we era. And in order for that to happen, this system has to fall. And then what I saw in the car, but that was the message, that's what this time is. And we're moving into the age of Aquarius. It's not the end of the world. Yes, this is a challenging time. Like I said, please give yourself some grace. People are going through it right now, whether they show it or not, all on different levels. Even people that are in a good place spiritually, like I'm in a really good place spiritually, moment to moment, it is clearing, it is breathing, it is grounding, it is like, especially being back in society right now, I'm just like, I have to keep bringing myself back and clearing energy, remembering anything that people are, projecting on me. It has nothing to do with me, because I know I'm holding a space of truth and love, and I am holding a place of non-judgment, and I am just moving through. And so whatever's flying at me it's about them. And when I can hold that space, it just bounces off. So that's what I was shown in the dream. And then the cards, because basically I was like, okay, message for the collective today. And the cards, basically the first card said, you know, that a political system has become way too powerful, and it is basically it's time for it to crash. And then there was a reverse queen of something. It was like, the way I saw that was like the divine feminine, which is rising, but right now it's like suppression and suppressing the divine feminine and this negative masculine kind of energy trying to take over. And it's not working. It's not. Like, too many people are awake now. So there's no reason to fear it, because it will not stand. Like, at another point in time, another point in evolution, sure, you know. Now, no. This is it, and it's over. It's over. Like and anyways, so then the next card after that was basically, it was saying that we're moving into a time, which this is what I've been feeling. It was just total confirmation. Like, we're moving into a time where, yes, it is the fall of that, and the rise of something new, the rise of a new system, which I believe is about the people coming together and creating something new. So there's no reason to fear like this system crashing and falling. I feel like that's exactly what's supposed to happen right now. And I'm like, it may not be completely falling within this month. I have no idea. I just know that something big is happening this month, and the more that we can emotionally prepare, the more we can increase our emotional bandwidth and show that we can digest. We have to digest what is coming. We have to digest everything that's come through so far, because I find that if we haven't done the work to increase our emotional bandwidth right now, we end up, because there's so many distractions in place, we end up, and this has been happening for a long time, but it's so accelerated right now, and there's so much coming out. A lot of times, if it's too much for like our bandwidth, for our emotional bandwidth, we end up just buying into the distractions, and then we end up not digesting things. And I feel like it's important that we digest things, because so we increase that emotional bandwidth. We do the healing work on ourselves so that we can like accept what's happening. And then if there is a big like system crash or fall, we're prepared for it. So yeah, that's what I feel is important for me to share. And also I just want to share that a lot of people are in spiritual psychosis right now. And I just want to make a little note that, like, if this is something that you're going through, like, nothing is wrong. Please remember, nothing's wrong. A lot of people are going through this. The energy of the planet has changed so much. Things are so accelerated. We have been conditioned since birth to fear and make anything wrong outside of the 3D. So we're connecting with a different realm now because the energy of the planet has changed so much. So a lot of people are seeing things that we haven't seen before. Everything is changing. So the more we can do the work to move out of the fear and know that, like, a lot of this stuff is coming to the surface. Nothing, from my perspective, nothing is wrong. I went into psychosis so many times, and something happened that last time in 2019, the last time that I went, and it was also because I had PTSD from a lot of different things, and well, mostly from things that this system employed against me, and I'm not upset about that, you know, because now that with the place that I'm in today, I can see that it was all part of my process. And I know that my soul set it up on the other side, which doesn't make it right. There still needs to be justice served within this realm. But I know that like, I'm just doing my part by sharing this, and I know that that will happen, and God's actually in control of that shit. So I'll just let it play out. And things are getting really loud. Like I've gotten so many tickets in this last week, like all of these threats of like warrants, unable to get my license, all this stuff. Don't buy into, there's lots of things happening and different, and it's like, because that power and control thing is crashing. So it's like the ones in power and control are just, ugh, you know, in power and control businesses, it's the same thing, you know, like it's all being passed down right now. So it's just like, it's so chaotic. So give yourself some space, do some grounding, know that like this is all exactly what's supposed to be happening right now. It's all happening for humanity's ascension and evolution. It's all happening for us, our souls on individual levels to expand and evolve. And that's what I feel like I was supposed to share today. I'll probably share more on it. It's very interesting that that date came up though. I don't know, it might be something to look out for, but not to be scared of, but to be like, hey, this month, some stuff's probably going down. I mean, duh, like that's not even about being psychic. It's like, you know, look around, look at what's been happening. Things are going to accelerate, I feel. So the more that we can do the work to tap into this truest part of ourselves, to increase our emotional bandwidth, to start digesting what's happening, this will be really helpful in this process to start coming together soon. Like that's going to happen. I don't feel like it's necessarily going to happen in February. I feel like this is a monumental month. This is one for the books.